Welcome to Gospel Guam, where we meditate on and celebrate in the Gospel from the islands. Thank you for joining us for Gospel Meditations from the Book of Psalms. Here's the Psalm for today.
Psalm 2. Why do the nations conspire and the people plot in vain? The kings of the earth rise up, and the rulers band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, "Let us break their chains and throw off their shackles." The one enthroned in heaven laughs, the Lord scoffs at them, and he rebukes them in his anger, and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, "I have instilled my king on Zion, my holy mountain. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, 'You are my son. Today I've become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron. You will dash them to pieces like pottery.' Therefore, you kings, be wise, be warned. You rulers of the earth, serve the Lord with fear, and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his son, or he will be angry, and your way will lead to your destruction. For his wrath can flare up in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him."
Rachel and I love to go on nature walks and hikes. There's something about going outside and enjoying the fresh air, sunshine, and cool breeze. We recently went through a nature walk through one of the jungles of Guam, which led to a cave. And if you went further down the path, it led to a beautiful scenic view of a cliff line where you could oversee the waves crashing into the rocky banks. Sometimes when I read scripture, I envision it like going on a hike. It's enjoyable to walk through the path, but it's even more enjoyable knowing that at the end of the path, there is a destination. In the Psalm 2 passage that we read, we see this destination not only for the book of Psalms, but for the whole rest of Scripture. It leads us to the age-old question everyone in this world has asked, whether they are aware of it or not. Since the beginning of time, everyone has asked the question, where can I find true joy, hope, peace, satisfaction? Or put another way, where can I take refuge? In this sin-marred world, people have looked everywhere for refuge, in money, fame, careers, relationship, or even substance abuse. In the psalm, we see the people of the earth trying to find refuge outside of God. But the psalm further explains that refuge is not found away from the Son, but in the Son. In Jesus' earthly ministry, he preached a sermon, and at the end of the sermon in Matthew 7, he says, "Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the flood came, and the winds blew and beat on the house. But it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the flood came, and the winds blew and beat against the house. And it fell, and great was the fall of it." So as we think and meditate on these two passages, I ask the question, where are you finding your joy, your hope, your peace, your satisfaction? As Psalm 2 states, peace and salvation is found only in God's anointed one, his King, his Son, Jesus Christ. So as you go about your day, let us remember that Jesus is life and his words are life-giving. Let us read it, study it, memorize it, cherish it, for in it is life, and he will give it abundantly.
If you found this gospel meditation encouraging, please subscribe below and share it with a friend. You can find more content like this at gospelguam.com.